Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chapple reveals his top pick for Golden Bachelor. Golden Bachelorette winner Chock Chapple is happily in love with Joan Vassos. However, there are several other men who didn't get lucky and find love on the show. Many of them would no doubt love the opportunity to be the next Golden Bachelor. Nobody knows yet which lucky man it will be, but Chock has a few names in mind, including his top pick. Keep reading to find out more. Chock Chapple shares Golden Bachelor thoughts. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple have been making their media rounds since the big season finale on Wednesday night. Of course, there are a lot of things the happily engaged couple was asked, but one was thoughts on who should be the next lead on the Golden Bachelor. Chock Chapple answered that one. In an interview with Variety, Chock revealed who he really thinks should get the job. He began by saying that he thinks there are about 8 guys who would be great in that role. Chock even mentioned that they weren't trying to dodge the question. He then continued on to say that each of them have a unique personality they would bring to the table. He said, "And there was a couple of guys I'd put in contention, but they have already come out that they have significant others now. So you need to take them off. So 8 guys, and I'd put them in a pot and pulled one out. And it could be anyone from Charles Ling to Jordan Heller to Keith Gordon to Dan Rover to Jack Lencioni. Jack would be entertaining. Charles would be loving. However, it seems there is one of those in particular he might be favoring." Chock concluded by saying that at their engagement party, he endorsed Charles Ling for president in 2028. He added, "So either he's going to be the Golden Bachelor, or he's going to be president in 2028. What are Joan and Chock doing now?" On Friday evening, the Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos and her fiancé Chock Chapple were on a flight to New York. They had already shared in previous interviews that they were going to look for an apartment there. It's happening, and these two are excited to begin their lives together out in public. Right now, there are no wedding plans, but she said she is absolutely going to marry him. After the holidays, they plan on talking about when they are setting the date. The sun dipped behind a golden horizon as Chock Chapple leaned back in a leather armchair inside his California wine lounge, swirling a glass of Merlot like a man with secrets. Known for his surprisingly emotional hometown date on the Golden Bachelorette, which included a heartfelt poetry reading and an impromptu accordion serenade, Chock quickly became a fan favorite, not just for his sensitive soul, but also for his rugged good looks and surfer dad charm. But now, as the dust settles from Joan Vassos' whirlwind season, Bachelor Nation is wondering who will carry the torch as the next Golden Bachelor. Chock, ever the romantic philosopher, finally broke his silence, and his top pick for the next rose-giving gentleman isn't a frontrunner, a fan favorite, or even someone most viewers would expect. "I've thought about this a lot," Chock said, setting his wine down with the kind of gravitas usually reserved for presidential addresses or marriage proposals. "We don't need someone who's just charming or handsome. We need someone who knows what heartbreak feels like. Someone who's real. And in my opinion, the best man for the job is Pascal Ivy." The room fell silent. Even the jazz saxophonist in the corner missed a note. Pascal Ivy, the dashing French salon owner who sparked endless headlines thanks to his ex-wife being a hair model and his mysterious net worth. The man who often seemed more focused on blowouts than blow kisses. Chock nodded with the confidence of a man who's built IKEA furniture without instructions. "Pascal's misunderstood," Chock said. "He's got layers. He's suave, yes, but he's also deeply thoughtful. The way he talked about reinventing himself after his divorce, that hit home for a lot of men our age. Indeed, during one tearful fireside chat with Joan, Pascal confessed that he once feared he'd never love again after his 30-year marriage ended. "I had to learn how to be alone," he said, sipping herbal tea like it was a love potion. "Then I had to learn how to live again." To Chock, that moment wasn't just vulnerable, it was visionary. Pascal represents the modern golden man, Chock continued. He's stylish, yes, but he's also deeply committed to emotional growth. Plus, let's be honest, Bachelor Nation could use a French accent. He's not wrong. Social media lit up during the season anytime Pascal whispered something romantic in French. At one point, he read a line from Victor Hugo to Joan, and TikTok collectively swooned. Even host Jess Palmer admitted, "I don't know what he just said, but I'd marry him." Still, Chock's pick isn't without controversy. Some critics argue that Pascal's history of dating much younger women, combined with whispers that he joined the Golden Bachelorette to promote his high-end hair care line, make him less than ideal for the wholesome franchise lead. But Chock waved off the concerns with a philosophical shrug. "Look, we all have our reasons for coming on this show," he said. "Maybe Pascal did want to promote a little shampoo, but that doesn't mean his heart wasn't open. And trust me, he has a good heart." In fact, Chock shared a story that never made it to air. During a break in filming, one of the cameramen spilled coffee all over himself and looked devastated. Pascal dashed to his suitcase, pulled out an extra shirt, Gucci, no less, and offered it without hesitation. He didn't do it for the cameras, Chock insisted. He just did it because it was the kind thing to do. That's the kind of bachelor we need. As for the other potential contenders, like Guy Gansard, whose tearful piano ballads and puppy rescue mission made him an early fan favorite, or Mark Anderson, the boyish romantic with a crush on DJTS star Ilona Maher, Chock offered polite but firm responses. "Guy is great," he admitted. "But I think he still has feelings for Joan. You don't cry over a woman like that, and then jump into dating 20 more. That's a rebound waiting to happen." As for Mark, I love Mark, but let's be real. He's more likely to end up on the Golden Bachelor in Paradise. He's got that wild card energy. Chock laughed, draining the last sip of his wine. Pascal, though? He's already lived a lifetime of love, loss, and growth. He's not trying to find himself. He's just trying to find someone to share the next chapter with. Bachelor Nation has already started debating Chock's pick online. Reddit threads are ablaze with theories. Some believe Chock and Pascal formed a secret alliance during filming. Others think Chock is angling for a spot as a Golden Bachelor mentor, a sort of Silver Fox version of Wells Adams. But Chock remains sincere in his support. "I'm not doing this for me," he said. "I'm doing this because I want to see love win. And I think Pascal has the heart and the hair for the job." So, will ABC listen? Only time will tell. Rumors suggest producers are narrowing the field now, and the next Golden Bachelor could be announced as early as summer. But if Chapple has his way, viewers will soon be watching Pascal Abdi hand out roses with that irresistible French flair. And if that happens, you can bet Chock will be cheering from the sidelines, sipping Merlot, and smiling like a man who saw it all coming. Who's your pick for the next Golden Bachelor?